Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So, first and foremost, I hope everybody is having a great weekend. I hope everybody has a great day or a great night wherever you guys are. But today we actually have quite a bit of things to talk about. I don't want to, look at the charts. I don't want to look at the prices or anything like that. Obviously, you guys know what's going on. But in regards to the overall market, around like the banking sector, we have been seeing inflation really kind of coming in and hurting a ton of businesses, and now we are seeing banks being hurt by this as well. And I've told you guys, like in regards to like liquidity runs, bank runs and things like that, we are basically at that current moment in time where we have to take a step back and really kind of look at what's happening, economically, but also financially. And we actually do see here an Australian bank, Volt Bank to be specific, announced on Wednesday that it was closing. They basically, collapsed, leaving 140 employees without a job and 6,000 customers racing to withdraw their money before next week. They are saying, rising inflation and interest rates this year have made it harder for online, only banks called neobanks in Australia to compete with, established lenders, making fundraising much more difficult. And, when we really kind of look at this, to me personally, we will most likely see a lot more of this happening. I think that the banking sector has, for the longest time, has been a collapsing breed. So when we really kind of look at this, I do think that this is just the beginning, and I do think that we are basically leading into, a banking scene collapse. And I know that this is just a digital bank, but just wait until you do see physical banks collapsing too. It's going to be a domino effect, and it really is starting to happen already. Now, also, in regards to this, we actually did see yet another update around this area. For an example, here we have it around Australia. Out of stealth mode, engaged on a CBDC research program for DigiFinance, CRC, and the Reserve Bank of Australia. Watch this space. And this is focused on CBDCs. A lot of people, were making some jokes down here, when X Ripple, people get bored and build. Definitely interesting to look into this. I think that this is very interesting, and a few people were, mentioning, a few names, and they were saying like XRP Ledger, etc. But yeah, I mean, like when we look at this, this could be something pretty special, especially when you look at what's happening around like CBDCs. But definitely pay attention to this, as this could get, pretty interesting around like the XRP Ledger basis. And I know that I just like interesting 100 times. I do apologize, but it definitely is something to watch for. Because when we look at the Reserve Bank of Australia, here we have the major connections here, and the connections spread far and large. So first off, the BIS, we do see the BIS up there, Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, universalized capital requirements that favor real estate over business lending. And we do see, notable RBA board members of around 90. We do see, work that, in 2004, connecting the dots here. There's a ton of connections within this, as you guys do see, but like, for the most part, we do see imposes immunity from prosecution for a list of systemically important international banks like HSBC on national governments in the name of financial stability. MIT as well. We do see a large amount of banks down here: Westpac, NAB, Commonwealth, ANZ, largest ordinary shareholders, Citi, NAB, JP Morgan, HSBC, direct connections down here as well. Then over here, we also do see, BlackRock and Vanguard. This is trillion-dollar, companies that are basically a part of this. So when we look at DigiFinance CRC building here, who knows what's going to happen here in regards to like CBDCs and the Reserve Bank of Australia. Could it be built on XRP Ledger? Definitely, but I'm not going to speculate too much. But I thought that that was also interesting to mention, as we do see, of course, Australian digital banks collapse. Again, CBDCs will basically shine from the collapse. And also from IMF. Now this takes me back to a little bit around like May. I do believe that I included this in a Q&T video, but I also want to talk to you guys a little bit about it with XRP. So we do see here, we can think about digital money as a global public, good. In that context, we are calling for a public platform to connect different central bank digital currencies with interoperability the same way you would transfer money from one country to another. And listen closely to this.
We are advocating to think about this world of digital money as a global public good. And in a recent discussion in Zurich where we both were, what we advocated for is to have a public platform. So when protocols are agreed, this public platform can connect different CBDCs. There can be interoperability the same way you would transfer euros from one country to another. You do it using CBDCs.
For the most part, like we understand how these CBDCs will work. To me, we will basically see, ledgers, being adopted in fully. I do believe that XRP, in regards to the XRP ledger itself, will be at the forefront of this as well. But there is, one clear use case around this that definitely does shine the most, and that is interoperability, the thing that will connect it all. I know a lot of people bring up like interledger protocol. I actually just made a video on this, I think it was like 2 days ago now, where we were talking about QNT and also interledger protocol. To me, Quant will play a pivotal role here. And we've already known that, Quant and Ripple have been working together since the Digital Pound Foundation. So to me, I do think that Ripple also sees, Quant's vision here and, vice versa. So I thought that was also very cool to mention, especially as we do see this over here. So to me, CBDCs will basically make SWIFT extinct. And we do see here, we live in strange times. Now Russian gold is getting banned. Seems Russia will go full blockchain to avoid SWIFT. We also do see, crypto assets seem to be at the center of this to avoid SWIFT system and USD since they're sanctioned. Remember this. And here is a few article quotes from Cointelegraph. Key to the creation of an effective and competitive digital economy. We do see the government noted in the bill that a separate tax procedure for digital assets. Digital assets is the focus point here. We also do see over here has tempered its skeptical stance. This is Russia. We do see, major Russian banks have been blocked from the SWIFT system, and G7 countries this week banned the purchase of newly mined or refined Russian gold. Those moves, along with the host of other sanctions, led to Russia's report Russia's reported default on foreign debt servicing Monday, which, by the way, I really do think that is just FUD created by our government, because Russia, for the longest time now, since going back to the initial sanctions that we put on them, has been in a strong stance economically. But we also do see over here Russia's, Bank, I'm hoping that I'm saying that right, I'm probably not, is preparing to launch a stablecoin, and Russian central bank for, first deputy chair, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, stated in an interview data on Thursday that trials of a digital ruble will be moved up from 2024 to April 2023. Again, remember, every single roadmap that you've seen, every single timeline that you have seen, forget about it. It's all being streamlined. It's all happening way faster than anyone can actually assume. And last but not least, we do see down here, I think all self-respecting states will have a national digital currency within 3 years. We should be ready as soon as possible. Plus, this will settle the issue of being blocked from SWIFT, because this integration will make SWIFT unnecessary. Yes, I do believe that we are getting to that point where SWIFT is basically going to be, replaced. And of course, we do see down here, back in May 2019, Russia, appeared here. Impossible not to mention. At the end, Brad showcased international settlements through a crypto, and thus avoid USD in settlement, which Russia now can't. And Russian gold is no good either. And here we have it. This is the Governor Bank of Russia. This is, at, I forgot what meeting, but it is from, 2019. And then we do see here the future, expanding, reach using a digital asset. You have XRP at the forefront here, interconnecting every single fiat currency. This is huge. We also do see down here, also, Russia didn't think of this yesterday, that they needed to build a blockchain-based system to avoid SWIFT. That would take years to build. They've been planning this for a long time. And that is what I've said so many times on this channel. This has all been in play for a very long time. And, even in regards to like the whole, news around like the war and this and that, it's all planned. Like a lot of this is just to usher in the digital economy way faster than anyone assumed to actually have it ushered in. And of course, we do see down here, the suggestion came in 2019. They probably were working on it already in that period. And here we have it. The system will make it possible to switch to settlements in national currencies, eliminate the risk of sanctions, and ensure the independence of, the national financial, policy for clearing participants. And, we're still seeing a large amount of updates around BRICS and also CBDCs. And yeah, I think that this is definitely getting very interesting. And also, we do see quant connections to Russia down here in regards to like interoperability. So I would say it's pretty safe to say like at some point in time here soon, Swift will no longer exist. And we actually do see over here EU getting ready, aka Europe. Basically agreeing on landmark crypto authorization law (MICA), the world's third biggest economy wants the markets in crypto assets regulation to protect investors and set up strict standards for stablecoin issuers. And I want you guys to understand that this isn't here to hurt crypto or anything like that. Like in regards to a lot of these regulations, this is just so that they could usher in and utilize digital assets and stablecoins. And, of course, they are saying, I think everybody's now aware that you can't have an unregulated sector. We're glad that we're, leading on this. We do think there needs to be international cooperation because it's important that we don't regulate on our own. No legislation is ever set in stone. No legislation in, the area of crypto could be. Those who are in the space are thinking of being innovative and, will now do it in a way that sits within our regulation rather than in the Wild West. And, they are mentioning NFTs, stablecoins, things like that. To me personally, like this is to just usher in adoption of these systems. You got to remember that, like, we are basically on that pivotal moment in time where we will see a major, change happening. And, of course, talking about Europe, from Ripple themselves, this goes back to the 30th, just yesterday alone, or basically almost 2 days ago now, an accelerated shift to instant payments across Europe. I mean, the connections here on the same date, insane. The European, Commission is a key, driver of instant payment solutions that help streamline payment service providers, PSPs, operations, including strategies that integrate technologies focused on furthering digitization and increasing payments efficiency. And of course, we do see down here the Commission, has recognized crypto's natural, place in the instant payments landscape, initiating a proposal for a sandbox environment for crypto-enabled payments within the EU. And they are talking about like interoperability down here. They're talking about greater inclusion, things like that. To me personally, like we are at that current moment in time where we will see real-time gross settlement services and payment services going live. We do see in the UK, the Bank of England is renewing its RTGS service to deliver a range of new features and capabilities for payment settlements between financial institutions. So again, a lot of people will say like I kind of make like similar titles in regards to like the UK is ready, Russia is ready, etc. But guys, I mean, what do you see here? They are ready. They are prepared. They are sounding the alarm. In the UK, the faster payment solution or system enables payments to move quickly and securely to and between the UK bank accounts 24 hours a day. In 2021 alone, FPS processed 3.4 billion payments, an increase of 20% from 2020, with a value of 2.6 trillion euros, an increase of 24% from 2020 alone. The system is also growing rapidly in terms of participating financial institutions. 40 banks, PSPs, and fintechs have joined FPS to date. And expanding crypto forward solutions like Ripple's crypto payments solution, which frees up working capital by eliminating the need for pre-funding and removes the need for complex clearing mechanisms in the background, can open new doors for making instant payments available to more PSPs. Embracing this crypto strategy would further enable instant payments across Europe, regardless of currency symmetry, or capital resources. Again, Europe is ready. They want to adopt. This is absolutely huge. This goes on to, mention a whole bunch of things in regards to like regulations. But we do see down here, Ripple allows you to easily run a high-performance global payments business. Join hundreds of financial institutions already leveraging the financial network of the future. The financial network of the future. It's here. Things are happening rapidly. Europe is ready. I've said it multiple times. Things like this are going to continue to evolve. With that being said, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As this is up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.